Hey guys, Shiro here, and today we're going to be talking about Blue Reflection. Blue Reflection is a Japanese-styled role-playing game, or JRPG for short, released in North America for the PS4 and for PC. Earlier this year in 2017, its initial Japanese release was also for the Vita as well. Developed by Gust, known for the Atelier series, Blue Reflection is not your run-of-the-mill RPG video game, and contains elements fairly similar to the Persona games, fused with the stylings of the Mahou Shoujo genre of anime. In Blue Reflection, you play the role of teenage student Shirai Hinako, who used to be a ballet dancer until she took an injury to the knee. As a result, Hinako has been very reclusive and melancholy as she is forced to quit ballet and focus on her studies. One day, a classmate from her past decides to talk to her, and things start to get strange. Hinako is then sent into another world where she encounters a strange monster along with mysterious voices who start to speak to her and tell her about her newfound abilities to fight it off as a phantom thief. A reflector. Yeah. Afterwards, she finds out that the mysterious voices are those of fellow students and sisters Yuzuki and Raimu, or just Lime. Through them, she learns more about the reflectors and their abilities to help stabilize people's emotions when they start to become afflicted by shadows. Demons. Right. Demons. These demons are referred to as the Sephiroth, and it turns out that it is the reflector's duty to prevent them from destroying the world. After battling one of the more larger types of Sephiroth, Hinako decides to carry out the dual life of a student and reflector. And as an extra bit of motivation, she's also told that if she assists with saving the world, she can have any wish granted to her. Sounds familiar, right? While attending class and hanging out with friends at the school, there really doesn't seem to be any looming sense of danger to our heroines. The game also reinforces this by stating that nothing majorly terrible will happen should you die as a reflector. Though something in the back of my mind is hoping there's going to be a dark plot twist thrown somewhere down the line. The visuals were definitely what interested me in this game. The artistic stylings of this game are very relaxing. I find the design of the characters' reflector forms to really stand out and reinforce the magical girl theme within the game. Plus, the different color palettes between different areas of the metaverse, the common, are quite pleasing to the eye. Unfortunately, the school itself is a tad bland and the camera work there doesn't help at all. However, when this game wants to make an impact visually, it does it. In a way, the boring school actually helps because it's so refreshing once something happens that involves exploring the common or having to fight more monsters. I find it difficult to fully judge the music for this game. While it's nothing spectacular, it's certainly not the worst. Quite honestly, aside from the music that plays during battle, a lot of it doesn't really stick out. Though, considering the overall calming vibe that this game radiates, I can't truly penalize the game for that, as it does the job of reinforcing the tone. I do want to note that I found the boss music to be very enjoyable as I experienced it. Now, this is the part where I feel the game really doesn't stand out. It's not very challenging. Many fights can be completed the same way by just spamming AoE attacks that delay your opponents from attacking. Your health and mana are fully replenished with each battle, so there's no reason to play very conservatively against your normal low-level opponents. Boss fights do require a bit more strategy and mana management, but the game gives you tools to get through. If you run out of mana, you can simply perform an Aether Charge, which will replenish it over time. The only drawback to this is that the character will not be able to perform any actions for a few turns. During boss fights, you can also utilize allies that you built relationships with to assist in battle, and each one will have different effects. You can also incorporate special items obtained from them to enhance your abilities as well, such as increasing damage, adding defense buff, etc. Blue Reflection also doesn't have your typical leveling up system. Instead, you earn points, which you can then allocate to each of your character's stats, and that will determine the type of skills that they will learn. It's certainly an interesting way to customize your character. These points are granted to you by certain actions performed within the game, and not necessarily by defeating waves of monsters, so this really takes out a lot of the usual grinding aspect of most RPG-style games. Most of the grinding really only seems to focus on attaining items which you can use to craft and strengthen the abilities gained from your friends. Outside of combat, the game allows you to perform activities once your school day is over. In the beginning, it's very limited, and so far I've yet to see it open up. You can choose to speak with friends around campus as well as hang out with friends around the city. It's certainly not as expansive as Persona, so I wouldn't expect too much out of this. Once you're done socializing, you then head home and choose to either take a bath or fall asleep immediately. The game states that the events of the following day may change depending on your choice, but I've yet to encounter anything where I'm thinking to myself, ah crap, if only I took a bath the night before. Due to these mechanics, the game itself is not very challenging or difficult. I don't find this to necessarily be a bad thing though, because it makes for a very relaxing gaming experience, perfect for those who may not be wanting a challenge or just want to kill some time in between games. Truthfully, it really comes down to the gamer and what they're looking for. One item I do wish to mention, as this is a huge trope in regards to many anime games, is fan service. For many people, this can make or break an anime game. I will state that sometimes it does feel as though there are moments of quote-unquote fan service thrown into the game, however there are some sequences which I find to be debatable. For example, there's a bonding sequence that takes place within the school's shower. This can be symbolism in regards to moments of vulnerability or a sense of rebirth, something very common with many sequences involving water. There are other moments that I do feel like straight up fan service, such as a scene where it starts raining and you can vividly see the characters' bras. I honestly felt as though there was no point for that. Nothing even really happened because of the fact that it was raining. The game simply just threw it in there to tell you, oh hey, it's raining by the way. Overall, I find Blue Reflection to be a very nice and enjoyable experience, especially if I just want to sit back and relax with a nice game. Truly, the only major cons I can think of are in regards to the lack of actions and activities that can be formed outside of the school, and the fact that the combat's not too complex. If you're truly expecting something similar to Persona because of multiple other reviews out there, allow me to tell you to get rid of those preconceptions right now. While yes, there are fairly similar themes, Persona is on a tier of its own here. Blue Reflection can still be enjoyed for what it is, and I definitely look forward to playing it some more. I highly recommend it to anyone who enjoys the Mahou Shoujo genre and just wants something not very complex to just relax with and enjoy. If I were to go off with a 5-point grading system, I give Blue Reflection 3.5 out of 5 boxes of Pocky, as well as a cute little mascot to go with it. Anyways, this is my review of Blue Reflection. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to check it out if you want. It is on PlayStation 4 and PC on Steam. And definitely do appreciate it if you can like the video and subscribe. You have a great day.